Guys, hello. Welcome back to Busy Girl Era. I'm trying to force myself to be more energized because right now I'm not energized. Honestly, I haven't left the house all day. If you are watching on YouTube, I am in my cave, also known as my room right now. And I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I'd like to say that I just wanted to switch it up for the aesthetic, but honestly, it's freaking hot outside. It's like 90 something degrees, and it just makes me really angry when it's warm, where it's just makes me really upset. I get really pissed off, and yeah, it affects my mood a lot, and it gives me headaches. So that's a cool little rant to start the episode with. But welcome back. I'm so glad that you guys are here today, and I'm excited for today's episode. I've been going back and forth on what I wanted today's episode to be about. I forgot to put a poll out on the last one, or a little questionnaire of what you guys want to see, but I'll be doing that next. So if there's an episode idea that you guys want to hear from me, please let me know and tell me on my Instagram, and we can dive into that. I love getting your guys' questions and feedback from the podcast. Also going over, who am I right now? I'm in presentation mode, which I'll get to that in a second, but we're not there yet. We are friends, we are yapping. Yeah. I don't know what that was about, but I love hearing what your guys' reviews are, feedback, any and all feedback. I really do enjoy it. So yeah, let's dive into today's episode. I don't know how to start this episode besides saying, well, you guys probably already know. If you've listened to literally any episodes already, you can probably gather this girl's sensitive, this girl being me. And I know that. I know that I'm a really sensitive person, but I feel like this past week has made me reflect a lot on just how sensitive I am. And then also, it feels like a lot of sensitive tests have come my way. Just my interactions with people, I'm really questioning a lot how I should handle certain situations. I'm watching myself online right now, and I just realized online, am I 80? On my phone. And I haven't brushed my hair today, and it's okay. We're just going for it. Yeah, I've been leaving a lot of interactions feeling a little drained by them. And I don't like that. I hate when someone is feeding me negative energy and I let it get to me. And lately, I really have been letting it get to me, which I preach in so many other episodes. There's only been a few. In so many other episodes, I always say that, pluck those other people's energies off of you, to physically think of yourself removing them. Don't let them get to you. Force positive thoughts in your head. But in reality, I feel like maybe this is a test for me, because I have been pushing that stuff out so much, and I do believe and I do follow it, but sometimes it's really not enough, and people are going to continue to test you, which kind of brings me to this overall theme of today's episode. I'm really excited for the end. I have this breakthrough moment that came to me 2 days ago, I think, 2 or 3 days ago, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys and hope that someone resonates with it. But my ADHD brain is jumping ahead. There's just been certain circumstances that I feel like have been building and building and building of different people. It's not even the same interaction. I feel like, well, we'll just start with a story. So I was at, we'll say, a meeting. I feel like if I give any details at all, I don't ever want anyone to find out who any of these people are in it, except for one of them. One of the stories, I kind of hope someone does find out who they are. But it all started, this episode idea came to me when dealing with someone who honestly pissed me off. I swear this is more than a rant session, but, well, actually, you be the judge of that. It all started when I was at an appointment, a meeting, a something, and I was wearing my amethyst bracelet. And I really am big into crystals. I am a crystal girly. I don't look at them thinking this crystal is going to change my life, but I do enjoy learning about the science and physics behind everything is really cool to me, especially when it's dumbed down for me to understand. And I really like that about crystals, that they vibrate at certain frequencies, can help raise your energy and raise your vibration. I think all that's really cool. There's science behind it. So already anything quote woo-woo that people diss right away pisses me off, because how are you going to go into this? How are you going to live being so close-minded? We live on a floating rock. I just don't understand how anyone puts anything down. Aliens, sure, manifesting, absolutely. I just don't understand people coming into it with negative energy. Okay, I'm skipping ahead though. Anyway, so this appointment, and this girl complimented my bracelet. And she was like, that's cool. I is that amethyst? And I was like, oh yeah. And I kind of got excited, being like, oh, she's a crystal girl. Like this is I just love talking about those topics with people. And I was so excited. I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, I used to believe in that stuff. And that just really like rubbed me the wrong way, I guess. And maybe I overthought a little bit too much. I think it was just because I kind of hyped up the conversation in my head. Like when she said that, I was like, oh, cool. We're about to like get into like some cool crystal talk right now. And then she said that, and I was like, oh, which side note, I think is just stupid. Because like you don't believe in science. Like I don't. I'm like, what do you mean you used to believe in it? I don't know. People say things like that. It pisses me off. But yeah, that was like at the beginning of this appointment, and I set the tone for the rest of the appointment, and then it was kind of just silent for a little bit. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I hated that I left feeling insecure about my love for crystals. That's such a baby, minuscule part of the episode, but that is like where this feeling of being when someone's energy comes at you and it's just not meeting your expectations of like what you hope for and how to I'm not going to give you guys a how to. I'm just going to how to get out of that energy when they force like negative energy on you like that. That was kind of an aggressive word, but I think you guys know what I mean. But it's more just like share my experience with it, how I've handled it, my thoughts on it, and also I would love to hear your guys' feedback too. Like if while I'm saying this you're like, "Girl, you're in the wrong there," or literally anything, like hit me with it. I know I just went on a rant of how sensitive I am, but I am open to any and all. But yeah, I just didn't like how I left that appointment feeling insecure about that, or that I let it get to me. But this week really just felt like a masterclass in weird energy from people. It also made me reflect on similar instances like this because I think a lot of the times I react calm, but on the inside I'm like, well, that was fucking rude. But I still hate that I even am that negative on the inside. And I realize it stemmed from all these other like past bigger things that have been happening and going on in my life. But that was cool to figure out, and I thought that was a cool thing to note because I was like, well, if I'm feeling this way, surely other people out there are facing the same thing where maybe we are overreacting about a situation as small as this girl dissing our crystal bracelet that actually stems from something else. We're working our way backwards. That moment led to me being a bitch and having these negative thoughts in my head and being like, how rude, what does this girl know? Blah, 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 blah. I didn't like that I was thinking that way of this random girl who I just met. Similar-ish situation happened a couple days later. I was at another meeting and someone was talking to me about content creation. And honestly, usually I'm kind of used to people talking down about creating content. This person was not. They were hyping it up, saying how cool it was. And then they started asking what my plan was with content. And I told them I love doing it. Like I can't imagine that I'll ever stop doing it because it just really like fulfills the creative like itch inside of me. It's so fun to creating all content. I have such a fun time doing it and thinking of new video ideas, new podcast episodes. It's also like just really fun for me. And then they said, is that all you want to do though? Like, is there anything else? And they weren't putting it down, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm also developing a line of these canned lattes. And immediately they shot it down, which I wasn't expecting to go in a full on conversation. It was mostly like a content meeting that we were having, but they started telling me how hard it was. They're like, oh, I don't think you should do that. I think you should stick to content. And I was like, great. Thank you. Thank you for that. And I have talked about this in past episodes before of I am not going to take advice from someone that's not in a position that I aspire to be in. And even if they are, I'm also taking their advice with a grain of salt. But it still sucks to be hit with that much negativity. It's like, how am I supposed to respond in this moment when this person is just like diminishing one of my main goals in life right now to come out with this coffee line? I don't like that anyone feels it necessary to tell me, oh, that's really scary. Like, thank you. Goodbye. It's just like, it's not helpful. And also, if people view this risk of mine of starting this business as stupid, I think it just says more about their mindset of where they're at. And it was especially crazy coming from this person because they are not in that line of work at all. Like, it was just complete opposite. So it was really freaking strange. I just feel like it started building inside of me because I kept just pushing it down and being like, well, just be positive, Maya, and forcing myself to think positive. Like sometimes you can't do that, you know? And I've said before, there are some days it just gets like rough if someone does hit you with a lot of negative energy where I'm like, well, shoot, I just got to cry it out for a little bit. But moments like this that are so minuscule, but I didn't realize that they just like build and build over time. Incident number 3. This one. Ugh, this one. Was even debating. I kept going back and forth in my noggin if I was going to talk about this at all because I didn't want to give the person in this story any limelight at all at first. But then I was like, actually, no, I think it is really important to talk about this experience. Because again, if I'm having it, I know that there's so many other people out there that are trying to put themselves out there and getting matched with like the opposite energy that they're trying to attract into their life. I got asked to speak. Won't say where, but if you follow me, you can probably figure it out. I got asked to speak at this event. And I have been getting opportunities like this kind of a lot, from little things to I did like a celebrity reader day at an elementary school in town. That was so cool. And just just random things where people come and ask me to speak, little career days. And it's awesome to share like what I do, my journey with kids, people of all ages, college students. Like I had such a good time doing it and sharing any advice that I can give. My last episode was really about like confidence hacks that I use to get over my fear of public speaking and what I do to walk into rooms with more confidence. All those things I still stand by. I stand by everything I said. Obviously, it was like a week ago. Again, I just feel like I was being tested. Or like, oh, the universe was like, you say that stuff? Well, what if we throw this at you? Incident number 3. I put together this adorable little presentation. I even asked them before because some people want me to come and speak on my content journey. Other people asked me to come speak on my coffee journey and what I've learned so far, which that one already, I get a little insecure when I do speak about my coffee journey because I think it's so much easier to speak about a journey when you're at the end of it and when you're like, oh, I have this product that I came out with. La-di-da, this is amazing. And then here's my success story. It's a lot harder to go out and present when you are like in the thick of the process, you know? But I still think it is a really good thing to do. And not only is it good for just like building connections with people, I think unselfishly, it's really cool to share the process with people. Like no matter what, at the end of the day, I know that I do have advice that I have learned from starting this business that can be really helpful to anyone who's starting a business or even just thinking about it. So I make my little presentation and they say, we want a little mixture of everything from content to your busy bean journey to whatever you want to present on. I was like, okay, cool. So I put together a presentation, having fun doing it, and it comes presentation day. And I always get a little nervous before, but I will say this is the least nervous that I have felt because, again, like I mentioned in the last episode, once I'm presenting about something that, I know, like this is the topic of basically of my life from how I got started in content. Like I've been doing that, making silly YouTube videos since I was a wee baby child. So I was really looking forward to talking about that and then also how it's turned into this coffee journey that I'm on now. And presentation was going pretty well. There wasn't like a whole lot of people there. It actually makes me more nervous. Am I the only one who feels that way? If there's like 5 people in a room, I will be so much more nervous than if there's 50. Like you can actually see everyone's faces and my brain just starts going crazy. Like I don't like it. I'd rather like give me a TED talk. I don't like speaking to only a few people. It's too intimate and it scares me. Anyway, it was pretty intimate. I'm presenting, I like people asking questions while I present too. So I'm telling them about my story. I'm like, guys, have any questions or if anything's unclear that you want to know more about, let me know. Going over things, getting like pretty good feedback. And then I was heckled at the very end of the presentation. Said, okay, any more questions? And there was someone there who was really mean to me and talking down to me. I would just be talking and he would cut me off. There was another thing he said. Oh, he asked about any success stories that I've seen. And I shared with him one of the success stories that I've seen of someone I know and how cool it is. And now they're doing all these amazing things. And then he cut me off again and was like, is that the only one you know? I was like, oh, damn. I was like, yeah, I mean, on top of my head right now, that's the only one I can think of in that category. He's like, while it was happening, I wanted to escape. Like, I remember, like, him saying these things, and I was like, I can't believe this little nugget is saying all these things to me right now. He just kept talking down to me. In my head, while it's happening, I'm like, this is funny. Like, That's a lie. There's a mixture of things going on in my head. I knew like I'm going to laugh about this later. Like while it was happening, I was like, I cannot wait to tell my boyfriend about this. I can't wait to tell my mom about this. I can't wait to hear everyone's reactions about this boy. I am supposed to be giving these people advice, and he's just talking down about the advice that I'm giving. Keep in mind, this is a free thing. No one paid for me to come and speak. Like, I was just thought it'd be a nice, cool thing. And also, while this is happening, I'm dead staring at him, but he's looking down. So I'm just like waiting for him to lock eyes on me because my face is like blank. It's just like what the actual happening right now. I'm just staring. I'm just staring at him, thinking, what am I supposed to do right now? Because also, what's so hard about that is like I am not a naturally calm person. Anyone that knows me might even go as far to say like I'm pretty hot headed. And especially when it's coming from a man, because you just don't talk to women like that. Like, no, no. How am I supposed to react in this moment right now? I can't just go cussing out this kid. Also, he's not even a kid. I keep saying kid, but I don't know. Maybe that just makes me feel a little bit better. He's not looking at me, and then I started looking around at other people because I'm like, someone else give me some sort of sign that this is not normal. And I think that's another thing with like being a really highly sensitive person is it's so easy for us to convince us that it's all in our head. Like I left that room thinking, did I do something wrong? Did I not answer his question fully? And I even said to him after he was like, well, you don't seem to know the answers to my questions. I was like, was there a part of your question that I didn't answer? Genuinely confused because I thought I had to answer the question. I was like, was there a part of it? And he's like, it's never mind, forget it. And I was like, okay, this is weird. And I had no idea how to handle that situation. I honestly didn't even mind the uncomfortable silence. Ooh, I think my cat's gonna hop up here. Yep, if you're watching online, say hello to Ellie. If you're watching online, why do I keep saying that? Ugh, get annoyed with myself. Ellie, anything you want to say to the people? There you have it. I will say I am proud of how I did handle the situation. Which even then is hard. Like what I said was, yeah, like that is what I said. I was like, "Is there a part of your question I didn't answer?" He said that, and I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Is there any others?" And then I think I answered like one or two more, and then we kind of wrapped up everything, and I took off. But it did suck because I did leave for a second, thinking like, what did I do wrong? And I think that is something not only as sensitive people, just as women, it's so almost like second nature to think that you messed up in a way and did something wrong. I'm finishing up answering questions. I'm like, okay, well, I need to not look like that affected me, even though it really did. Am I in the wrong? I can't even think about that right now. I have all these thoughts going on in my head. And then as I'm walking back to my car, I'm just completely overthinking those thoughts again and again and thinking how I should have responded or what I could have done differently. Did I not answer his question? I'm second guessing myself over and over and over again. And I hated that. Afterwards, I did tell my family about it. And they matched me with the energy that I knew that they would have, which I love. They were like, that's crazy. What a little weirdo. Why would he do that? Like something's got to be going on in his life. And I agree. That's just so much. Like it's easy to say that, but it's just hard to come to terms with that because yeah, like that is the case because happy people don't treat people that negatively, but it still just like sucks to happen to you. And it sucks because I feel like me giving a presentation, like at that moment, I am looked at as an example or here's some like advice to follow. Like I'm giving different tips and advice out. So it just sucks. Like I just feel like there was so much pressure on me of how to handle a situation like that. And again, I really am open to hearing responses on what you guys would have done. Like if you are giving a presentation, a pitch, anything, and someone starts like, low-key heckling you in a not funny way, how do you handle that? Like what is I think it's like such a debatable topic, but I would love to know what you guys think is like the right move of what I should have done and what you would do if you were in that situation too. The next day, I got a message, people that had hosted me, and they apologized for his behavior and sent me like a really nice message. And I wasn't sure what to say at first because I understand that it was an awkward moment for everyone. So I think them sending me that message too, it was like another reminder for me to not assume. I say that so much. Like, it really is a sign to never assume. Like, we don't know what's going on at other people's heads. And now looking back at that, I can look at it from a different lens of these the people in there that were giving me what I thought was blank faces was just them being equally as uncomfortable as me. And I'm sure there is a parallel universe out there where I did cuss him out. But I'm glad I didn't waste that extra energy on him. I messaged back to them. I didn't want to be like, yeah, he was weird, girl. Like, so I really was appreciative of the apology, but I was like, you guys have nothing to be sorry about. Like, they even said like they were uncomfortable by it. And I was like, in my head, I'm just like, I'm just sorry that he's a part of this at all. Like, I feel bad for them. I only had to see him once. Like, they probably have to see him way more than me. But I really wanted to let them know, and I did, that this is more of a reason for why we do need more women entering business fields, giving presentations, giving advice, because there's always going to be some little nugget that wants to tear you down just for the sake of tearing you down. I'm like, I think so many people that see women walk into a room and mistake their confidence for a big ego. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what keeps happening to me lately. I just wish that people knew it's not even like this extreme amount of confidence that I do have. It's just the fact that I'm just genuinely so excited to be sharing any of this knowledge with anyone that is interested in it, because all of these tools and knowledge that I have learned, from content to anything business related, has been so hard for me to figure out. So, like I've said before, where if I have a post that or a reel that flops, as long as it helped or made someone laugh, even if it's just one person, like, that is a win. That is success. So that is like what I included in the message too. I was like, I'm so happy to hear that you guys liked it and got, something out of it. That is my main goal. Just like, if one person gets anything out of this that will help them in the long run, then that's a win. But it also did make me think, I was like, gosh, why is it so much easier to believe these negative things that we are told than the positive things? Like, I have gotten so many compliments on starting a business, taking that leap, and just, even though it is a risk, people hyping me up for it. I'm like, why don't those things stick with me? It's so sad. I hate that the negative things are just way easier for our brains to absorb. I'm just thinking, would I have been talked to like that if I was giving the same advice but I was a man? Honestly, probably not. This guy probably wouldn't have even dared to say something like that. So just, even as much as it sucks for me, I'm also kind of thinking it. I'm also kind of thinking it. I'm also kind of thinking of it, of like, is setting the path. Okay, well, that sounds like I do have a huge ego. I don't mean that I'm this trailblazer that's just setting the path and no one else has been a woman business founder before me. But I do think, like, the more women and girls that we do have in these businessy fields and starting their own businesses, like, we all help set the way of other women-owned businesses that come after us, that don't get the same respect that other men do. It's just so annoying, like, on all levels. It sucks to be getting it on a professional level, of when I deal with co-packers and other types of people in my field that, like, I actually need their help. But it's just like another thing to get it from someone who you are presenting to and trying to offer free advice to. It's like, wow, you're already not respecting me. But yeah, it really is just another sign of why we have to keep doing this. It's also just like so sucky and sad though, because it makes you realize how far we are from equality on that level. I don't want this to seem like it's a Maya Hates Men podcast episode. I was even debating making a whole episode out of it, because there's so many layers to it and realizations I had in this moment, and it was such a big stepping stone in my business journey and also my confidence journey. And I swear this will all tie in to something, my main point at the end. This isn't just like a Maya rant session, like I said. But if you are enjoying the rant, let me know, because boy, do I got more. So, when I was still searching for a co-packer, this was a long time ago, probably like last year, I found out about this place locally opening up. And they were going to do the packaging that I'm doing, or sorry, that I was going to do. I got super excited. I was like, oh my gosh, like this feels like a sign from the universe. Like I need a co-packer. This co-packer shows up as having this grand opening, and I hear about this grand opening. I'm like, I need to be there. I need to be there so I can, meet with like the salespeople, however the heck it works. Like I knew even less than I know now, and I still don't know a lot. But I was like, okay, this is awesome. Like I'm going to crash the grand opening, not really, and start making connections. Like this could be huge. And then I have a local co-packer. That's beautiful. That's all I ever wanted. So I hear about this grand opening, right? But I can't find any details for it online. I see random like LinkedIn postings of it. I even ran into someone at a coffee shop who works there, and they're like, "You should come to the grand opening." I was like, "Well, it's great. When is it?" They tell me when it is, but I was like, I kind of would like a little more information. Like, I don't know. I didn't like the fact that one of the employees was like, "Yeah, just come. It's on this date." I was like, I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. Like, what's the dress code? I need a little more information. So, what did I do right next? Oh, I'm psychotic. So I drove there. I drove to the building. I found it online days before the event, even like a week before. Yeah, probably like a week before the event. And I see someone outside. And at first I try to go in, and then she stops me. And she kind of had some negative energy too. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And also, like, at this point, keep in mind, I'm in like business casual clothes. Like, who am I a threat to? I'm in my little heels. Like, what am I gonna do? And I tell her, I'm like, "Oh, I'm interested in the grand opening." And she's like, "Oh, well, you're gonna need a call for more information. Like, they're not on lunch. I don't know. They were gone at the office building for some reason." So I was like, "Okay, what's the number?" And she's kind of giving me like a skeptic look. And I was like, who do you think I am? She was acting like I was a spy, which like maybe I don't know what she thought. So she gives me a number to call. I call corporate. I'm like, "Hey, corporate, it's me, your girl. How do I get invited to this?" And they were like, "It's actually only for family and friends. Like, it's invite only, so you can't attend." And I was like, that's just not. Now I'm getting more stubborn. I'm like, that's just not enough for me. Like, how? So I need to find someone who like works there. Like, what are you talking about? And like, it's just like it's really just like invite only. So I'm like, okay, thank you so much. I hang up. Before this, I think I had even emailed them before I went to the location. I wasn't just psycho off the bat. I emailed them first, and I was like, "Hey, heard about this?" No response. So then LinkedIn is my best friend. I find someone who I used to go to school with at my college, and I see that they work there. Yeah, I'm crazy. So then I messaged and was like, "Hey, so kind of really freaking random, but I'm starting this company, was really interested in maybe like talking to some people there. If it's too much of an ask," I was like, "just say the word. I know it's kind of crazy. We haven't spoken in like ever." And the dude was so nice. He's like, "Oh, absolutely. Like, I will get you in. I'll add you to my list as family and friends, but I don't have, like, I have a few people coming, but I still have a lot more room. So yeah, come on down. It's at this time. It's at this date. I'm going to give my family a tour first. And then afterwards, I can give you like a one-on-one tour." Love. I was so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is networking. This is what the people talk about. So it's the day of the event. I put on my business casual clothes, part 2. Keep in mind, the lady I had spoken to on the phone, not pleasant. I could tell she was annoyed by me, but I'm not really sure why. And I show up to this event. It's huge. They have like all these different food vendors. They have so many like cute little ice cream, popcorn, really cool event. And I park, and I'm feeling a little nervous, even though like he invited me. He added me to his list. That was all, good, but I still, just the way, again, people's energy is so strong sometimes, and just the way it affected me, I walked in there feeling like I didn't belong. And I really hate that. I really hated that I walked in even feeling that way. Like, I just wasn't confident when I walked in. But I'm all about fake it till you make it. So I walked in with my fake confidence, and I started walking around. He told me to grab some food because he was doing the tour with his family. But I was like, again, like, I'm just feeling a little anxious. Like, I don't really feel like I belong. And I walk around. I saw, and this is important to the story. This is not me, like, power to you. I support this. Do not get me wrong. I saw a pregnant lady wearing booty shorts and a crop top. Okay? Just keep that visual in mind for later. Again, not judging it, not knocking it at all. And then I also see people wearing like suits, and then I see people wearing overalls. I see people wearing button-ups. There's a huge variety, okay? So just like really full variety of outfits going on, okay? I'm doing a little lap around. I see some of their products too, so I'm looking at it. And then this lady starts marching up to me. boom, 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 like literally marching. And I can just feel her energy from a mile away. Like I turn around and I see her like marching towards me, and I have like a light smile on my face, and I'm just like taking a deep breath in, being like, okay, like whatever happens right now, I am going to be okay with. And then she says hi, and already you guys get the hi, and I was like, hello, hi, I'm and then I just pretend like I don't even notice her negative energy. I'm like, hi, and I reach my hand out like, she's like, I was like, I'm Maya, it's nice to meet you. She's like, I reached my hand out and I'm about to say my name, and I don't even know if she shook my hand. She said like, you're Maya, right? Which already kind of weird because, girl, how do you know my name? You know? How do you know my name? A common like guess would be like, oh, maybe she's seen me on social media before. But still a little strange to be met with negative, strong mad energy like that, and then be like, you're Maya, right? And I was like, yes, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Maya. And then I don't even know if she said her name. And then she says, you can't be here. And I started looking around because I'm like, is this a joke? She's getting audibly louder to the point where people start like turning their heads around, being like, who can't be here right now? Who can't be here? And then I'm just like smiling, and I'm like, right, but I was invited. Like, I'm just trying to stay as composed as possible. I'm like, right, but I was invited. She's like, well, who invited you? And then I said his name, and she's like, well, it's just really strange that you're here right now. And I was like, okay, keep in mind, this is like the VP of sales or marketing or something like that. So this is like, one of the head honchos. So you just can't be here right now. It's just really strange and weird that you're here. And it was like she was saying all my insecurities. Like, it's like I walked in there thinking all these things. And I feel like because of that, I don't know if she knew it somehow, but like, it's like she was saying verbatim the things that I had feared the most. I didn't feel like I belonged there. I felt like I looked out of place. And then she's telling me all these things, and I was like, me looking at my work pants, my dumbass button-up shirt that's so uncomfortable, and my heels. I'm like, how do I look like I not belong? What are you talking about? And she's like, it's just, yeah, people keep staring, actually. They keep staring at you. And I was like, what? I was like, there's a pregnant lady in booty shorts and a crop top. People are staring at me? What? She's like, people are just staring at you a lot because like you don't belong here. First of all again, there can't be a first of all again. I don't know, seventh of all for all I know. I can't keep track. This event had over 100 people there. You're telling me that everyone was looking at me and that I couldn't feel that also? You think I wouldn't be able to feel that? The fury. Yeah, she's yelling at me, telling me that stuff. She doesn't believe me. She's like, oh, like, so-and-so invited you? Like, I say his name. And she's like, so-and-so who? And then I'm like, and I say his last name. I'm like, he works in the la-la-la. And of course she doesn't know either because this is like a big-ass company. She's like, I can't believe this happened. She's yelling at me, and the people all in that area are looking around like, what the fuck is going on right now? She like was trying to get me to leave, and I almost did, but she wasn't directly saying like, you need to go. And even if she was, I don't think I would have. Again, I'm crazy. So I just like stood there. I was like, right, she's like, well, where is he? And I was like, he's giving his family a tour right now. I also don't want to give too much information because I was like, I don't want this guy to get in trouble. Like, he helped me get here. This is an invite event. I'm invited. And it's like, I'm not causing a ruckus. I'm not eating everyone's food. I'm not eating any food. Like, I was like, what's going on right now? And yeah, that's all. I didn't know how to handle it. She said all that stuff to me. She said, it's just really weird you're here. Everyone's really weirded out that you're here and they're staring at you. And then also, this is how I was like, okay, I feel like she looked me up and then was trying to like actually get to my like insecurities or try to like, I don't know, diminish my ego or something. Again, not that I have a big ego. I'm just trying to fake my confidence and fake it till I make it. That's it. And what really got me is she's like, no one even knows who you are. That was extra weird because I was like, this isn't an event. This is not an event that like the mayor's at. Like there's just a whole bunch of family and friends here. It's not like a networking opportunity. I just wanted to come to see the facility. I was like, I didn't even know what to say to that. I was just like, right. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait for him to give me my tour. And then she's like, it's just really weird you're here. And then she patted me, which she patted me. She gave me a pat, and then said it's weird I'm there again for like the 8th time, and then walked away. And then I had sunglasses, so I put my sunglasses on and I just sat down in the corner and I just cried a little bit. And I was just like looking around, I was like, wipe that tear, I'm gonna look away now. And I didn't know what to do because I knew, outsider looking in, outer body experience, I knew that I was fine there and I wasn't doing anything wrong. But it's so hard when someone's yelling at you so intensely like that. You start to question, you know? Ended up coming out. He was like, sorry, it took me so long. And I was like, no, you're good. We went on a tour of it. He was so nice. It was so hard for me to shake that though. Like he was trying to talk to me and tell me, ask me if I have questions, introduce me to people. But I hated that that lady was in my head and all those mean things she said of me not belonging. It just, I could feel it getting to me and I hated that. It was like it was shrinking me down to that level. Like I hated that she was achieving her goal of making me feel not welcome. Which, by the way, even if I was, like, there is no place where anyone should make anyone feel unwelcome. If anyone does that to you, they are trying to gatekeep you from something. Because no one in their right mind, like, I don't care what sort of event or occasion it is at all, like, if someone comes into a space and you treat them that way, with unwelcoming, uninviting energy, what's the point? Like, I don't know. I really do not get it at all. Because also, it's like, what if I was a super, obviously I'm not, but what if I was like a super high paying customer and I was like, I want 1 million cans to go out? Or what if I get to that point someday? It's like, I'm going to remember this forever. So for one, it was just a bad like business model that lady's got going on. For two, yeah, sometimes there's really not a seat for you at the table, so then bring your own damn chair. I love when people say that, but looking back and reflecting out of all these weird energy moments that have been happening to me lately, it really made me reflect on that one and thinking, I'm so glad I did do that. I'm glad that I stood my ground. And I look back and I don't have any regrets. Again, I had moments after that where I was like, I wish I slapped her. I wish I cussed her out. And I had some of those negative thoughts. How could you not? But looking back, like, I'm so proud of how I handled things in that situation. Old me would have left and fled and been like, I got kicked out, but I didn't. You know, and even if I did, I really would have tried hard to stay. Part of the reason I was looking around too when she was yelling at me, I was like, is security going to like take me out right now? Like, I don't even know. There was children there. I'm just like, what are you talking about? So weird. So weird. I used to walk into places with the mindset of like, I hope that people approve of me here. I hope that I'm wanted in this space. And now I don't do that. And again, it's not because of an ego thing of like, oh, I belong here. But everyone belongs everywhere. Like, there aren't spaces that anyone should walk into feeling like they don't belong there. If they don't, again, that says way more about the people than it does about you. How this all connected to me. Like, I am just so actually shocked too of how I worked my way backwards of the bracelet incident to that other lady telling me that I should stick to content, to being heckled, to that. I'm so glad that I saw the babyest connection in each of these to make me actually finally move on from all of them, because I feel like I still had so much pent up resentment of how I handled that situation of that lady and being like, it just doesn't make sense why and how people can treat other people this way. But I really do think it is because experiencing these things not only will make me stronger, like they already have, you know? But again, I just really, really pray and hope that it will set the way or help set the way for other female entrepreneurs that come into spaces or even content creators. Like, it has happened on both sides before of people talking down about my content or talking down about anything business related. And that's just not how we should be treating women or not even just women, just anyone passionate about anything that they're going for. To diminish someone's dreams like that is more of a reason of why we need to pursue our dreams and passions and not let people hold us down like this. I didn't realize I was giving a motivational speech, but to actually give even more of a motivational speech, I want to talk about when I realized all of these things connecting. Obviously, I had worked my way backwards from the bracelet incident to the lady telling me to stick to content to the heckler to the sales VP lady. Connected it was I was actually at the Fox Theater the other day. I was at this theater in town, and we were trying to find our seats, and then they had us go to the balcony, and then they had us go back down to get to our seats. Then we had to go up again, and it was this whole thing, right? It was mostly just us not knowing where to go. But there was a point we had to go back upstairs, okay? Stick with me on the visual here. We had to go back upstairs, but to go upstairs, we needed to go up a couple steps and then down a few and then back up again. And while we were doing that, my family was there, and my dad said something about it being funny that we had to go back down to go up again. And that really stuck in my head. I was like, oh, we did have to go back down to go up again. And then it also reminded me of what I say quite a bit. And it reminded me of that advice that I gave, like episode 1 of why I started this podcast, why I started pretty much anything. It was that advice that I was given of you don't have to see all the steps in front of you to get to the top. You just need to see the next one in front of you and take it, and then take it again and take it again. When I picture that staircase in my head, though, I picture it being linear. I picture it just going up and up and up and up and up. I forgot that sometimes to go up, you do have to go down a couple steps. And that it's not a bad thing. Like, you are still moving forward when you go down a couple steps too. I don't know why that makes me want to cry. But I'm just so passionate about that sometimes to go up, you really do have to go down. Sometimes people do, beat up on you a little bit. You do take some dips in your energy, but in the end, you still are moving forward, and you should still be proud of yourself for that. Looking back at how I handled all those situations, I am proud of how I handled most of them. Not even how I handled them, though. I'm proud of how it feels on the inside to be walking away from those conversations, from those interactions with people. I know, again, me 2 years ago, one of those things could have happened to me, and I'd been like, I'm out, I'm done. I feel like it has been building up just me as a person of what I can handle and whose opinions actually matter to me, and just forced me more to focus on my values and my goals and reflect back on the other person. In each of these situations, I look back and I'm like, that's an upset person. Something's going on in their life with their mental health. Something is wrong where they feel like they have to project that stuff onto me. And now I just take it and I'm like, okay, ooh. I pluck it off of me and I'm like, I'm taking my energy back from those situations. And it feels really good. And I really feel like this was a cathartic experience to share all this with you guys. Again, if just one person got something from this, that is a win. I was worried that I would share this stuff and feel like I was reliving some of it. And there were some cases that I did, but overall, I am so happy that I got to share these moments with you guys. I do hope that you got something from it. And I really hope that you remember the staircase metaphor. Next time that you are going down or going through something, one of the things my best friend and I love to say to each other if we're going through a hard time, we always would say this, especially when I was in college and being like, oh, finals and all this stuff. We'd always be or even breakups, in the past, breakups, getting cheated on, different things that have happened to me. We've always been this sadness, this feeling, this whatever you're feeling, this will pass. This too shall pass, for real. Whatever you're going through, it will get better. You will go up those stairs again. It's not just you're gonna go down. Sometimes you have to go down a couple stairs to go back up again. That just really is the truth. But also, then something fucking good is about to happen to you. I really do believe that, and I hope that you guys too. I didn't finish a sentence. I hope that you guys do too. I love seeing how many of you guys listen to this. I love seeing how many of you guys listen to these episodes, and I'm just so grateful to have this space that we have created and this little family. Please let me know what you want to hear, see next episode, and I'll talk to you guys so very soon. Don't forget to follow Instagram at BusyGirlEra or at Maya Salinas. I love you guys. Bye.